So I've explained a little bit about how the game works. I've talked a little bit about myself. I just want to talk a little bit as well about why you should be putting gameplay into your life. So you know how children always play. I mean, they wake up in the morning and they start playing, essentially. They never really stop, at least young children. And it's so good for their well-being. It makes them happy, they've got fun, they can sort of work through their stress and their stuff through role play. It's amazing. Why aren't grown-ups doing that? We should be. We should be more silly. There's so much pressure on us to be serious and to just do work and no play. And I'm just thinking we need to inject more play into our lives. And that's the reason why I'm doing it. And actually, there's already been quite a bit of a movement towards adding game elements into lives. Through apps, through different reward schemes at supermarkets. So for example, Duolingo, the language learning app, that's a game. But you also learn a language through it, which is really great. As I said, the rewards thing at supermarkets, like collecting those points and then getting little rewards from it, that's very much like driving Mario Kart and picking up a coin. You get the little thing, you get a reward, or the same with likes on Instagram or Facebook. It's that sort of instant gratification of, oh, I can see progress, someone liked this. So there's already loads of games elements in our lives and we might not even notice them. But I think we need more. So in my work, I'm really inspired by this one particular game developer from America called Jane McGonigal. She creates alternative reality games to make the world a better place, to make us happier, to fix some of the world's problems. So for example, one of the games she's created, Super Better, is an alternative reality game that guides you through recovery from illness or injury. And she's written this whole book on why we should gamify our lives, why it makes the world a better place. And I don't want to go into all of them, because it's too long, even though I'm really passionate about it. I just want to talk about a few of those benefits that come from putting gameplay into our normal life. So one of the things that happens in games, but not necessarily in real life, is that you can see really clear progress. So in a game, you constantly get that little ding or whatever that sort of tells you, oh, you've just achieved something. So I always get these sort of rewarding messages in a way. And in real life, they're often missing. I know from my care work, it's quite often quite repetitive, isn't it? You sort of do the same things every day. Like, it just doesn't feel particularly good having to change bedding one day if you know you have to just change it again the next day anyway. It just doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere. But if you're giving yourself experience points for it, and you're adding them up and you're rising in the levels, there's some actual visual progress you can see. So you're actually getting somewhere, you're achieving something. So the second benefit is, by reframing your daily tasks as hero's quests, you're automatically breaking them down into a handy to-do list. I think that's just a tried and tested method for making your workload seem more manageable, isn't it? And therefore, less stressful. And sticking with that theme of reframing, because this is a bit of a silly game, and it goes a bit over the top, well, depending how much over the top you want it to go, but by putting level titles like Doctor Supreme, High Nurse, and something silly in there, we're injecting silliness and levity into our lives. And I think that's something that's quite often lacking. We're all grown-ups, we're allowed to be silly, so why should we be serious all the time? And then there's one final benefit I want to talk about, which is team play. If you get all your colleagues involved, and you're making a bit of a competition, that really helps creating personal connection. I mean, gaming, playing, best thing for that personal connection ever. So if you manage to get all your team involved, just give yourself double XP on everything.